right. Welcome back to Captivate's Pivot and Thrive series. I'm Quinn Slayton, Manager of Community Activation. Today I'm with Geoff Livingston, Founder and Chief Strategy Officer at Cognitive Path. Cognitive Path is a specialist management consultancy that guides organizations through the AI era. Welcome, Geoff.
Hey, how you doing, Quinn? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So, Geoff, what is a current challenge that you're facing in your industry?
The change in tech acquisition and tech policy within the greater Washington region has definitely impacted our business and has caused disruption, is probably the best way to put it. So how do you navigate that, right? Like how do you survive as a small business in an environment like that where you're obviously in a company town where business revolves around the company?
Well, in the face of that challenge, how has Cognitive Path adapted or reimagined its approach?
We're also too small to wait this out. So we are very active in the association space in the greater Washington region, and we're doubling down there. And we're actively shifting towards the private sector to better meet those demands and exploring opportunities with that marketplace as well.
With your work being in AI, how do you see AI supporting small businesses during these challenging times?
So I think like right now, what we're seeing in the AI sector is the same as everybody else, where there's a little bit of a hiccup and a pause with acquisition. I think agentic AI is immature as a technology, but what it does do is allows for a lot more automation of actual real work tasks, as opposed to like, hey, we have this wonderful chat engine, or wow, we've got this Pixie creating, image generator. We want a Pixie, like how's that impact my work? I don't know. But agents give purpose to that type of power. AI kind of, we can create things or we can generate answers kind of a thing. And now we have an agent to add purpose to it, an agent developed by humans with specific roles and specific tasks to execute. Now all of a sudden you can automate a lot of work, right? I know there are implications for employment, but businesses are going to feel a lot of downward pressure from a costing perspective, from a bottom line perspective. Associations are going to feel it, nonprofits are going to feel it. Frankly, the entire media environment is getting impacted by the way content is sourced and created because of AI. Um, so I only see the need to use this tool set as becoming more and more critical for an enterprise. It may be even existential for an enterprise to succeed long term.
Well, how do you
Yeah.
feel like you're thriving from this experience, whether that's you in your business or in the industry?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the mission is still the same, which is try to help people adopt and do so in a fashion that's ethical and mindful of how people are impacted by decisions. So rather than just automating a bunch of jobs, how can we empower people to manage these bots, maybe put them in a better role to impact the business? But also we're focused a little more on the actual development side and the technology side now. I'm even thinking about learning how to build agents myself just to better be able to manage those processes and become more of a not just a strategy partner, but maybe even a CTO partner. The mistake to make in a troubling time or a challenging situation, because sometimes that can happen too. Like maybe you're in the rail industry or logistics industry and there's a massive strike, right? And impacts the whole bottom line. The easy thing to do is become paralyzed and wait it out. And that's a mistake. Where growth happens, where people really succeed is when they double down, accept failure, but they take it as a challenge to try again in a different way or try something new or to add a wrinkle to their approach. And I think it isn't failing that the challenge should be, how can I adapt so I can succeed? And inevitably, people will. And so that's really, I think, the number one message. And
Mm.
I can't tell you that this is the right approach, but I can tell you if it doesn't work, I'll try something else.
Do you have any words of wisdom for people to remain positive during challenging times?
Yeah, challenging times are about certainty, right? They're challenging because we're uncertain of how they're going to turn out and we're afraid. Certainty is never guaranteed, regardless of the time. And in troubling times, there is none almost, it seems like. But the only certainty I could say is that things will change. There was a great quote in Conclave, the movie, in the beginning, where they talked about certainty is the opposition of faith. It is the exact opposite. You cannot have both, right? You can't be somebody that believes if you're just demanding certainty. If you're certain, then you cannot have faith. So I'm not saying get on your knees and find religion, but I am saying find something you can believe in and where it's a process, a methodology, maybe your own wherewithal to keep getting up every day and trying again. It can be as simple as that. Not knowing the outcome, but knowing that you will find the right outcome at some point. And if you can do that, if you can have faith in that, then you'll succeed. So find faith, whatever it might be. Yeah, don't give up hope, folks. Just keep coming back, man. Suiting up and showing up is half the battle, just like Yogi Berra said. And then, even if you can't have faith, at least you can have an effort for today.
Mm.